why complicate things if you could simplify it? That's my view on things. So nutrients, nooties, the more nooties, the bigger your booty. That's what you could say for that as well. Okay, it's important to know that there is no plant or fruit that has a full profile of the essential amino acids. We must get all of the essential amino acids. That's why we call them essential, because you must obtain them through your diet. What's made of amino acids? The banana is made of amino acids. The steak's made of amino acids, right? Everything on the earth, the tree, the squirrel, the grass, and more importantly, your body is made of amino acids. So we must get the ingredients in order to survive and create the functions and the structure of the cell. This cell is so intricate. Once you think you stop doing something right, you ate your meal and you're on your phone or you're going walking, you're watching TV, your body is working. You think you go to sleep at night and you're done with it, your body, your cells, your immune system, there is work being done, boss. We were always clocked in. So because we're always clocked in, we better be getting paid. How do we pay our bodies? How do we pay ourselves? You're the CEO. How do you pay yourselves? Amino acids. They need amino acids because we need these to make proteins in order to express have a healthy DNA expression. When we lack these, we're asking for an unhealthy expression in DNA. We're asking for mitochondrial problems, right? Methionine and lysine are two of the biggest essential amino acids I talk about because they're responsible for synthesizing carnitine. So if we can get enough of the base materials in the diet, we have something to work with. We just need something to work with. If you've been on the struggle bus, you just probably need to put gas in your car, you know? You need to work with that. Of course, I always talk about being the body mechanic, going outside, moving your body, going in the sunlight, going to sleep at night, putting yourself in a dark room, in a dark space so you can have your melatonin secretion come out, right? It's all about working with the machinery that you already have, fasting, right? So this is the essential list, and the only products that we're going to get all of the essential amino acids from is animal-based proteins. This is why I constantly talk about animal-based proteins, because for every dollar that I spend, I want to get the highest amount of light code that I can get for my light body, for my mitochondrial functioning, because I want to have as much energy as possible. When I'm also choosing these animal-based proteins, I'm going to get more non-essential and conditional amino acids. This can only help me. We consider these helpful for hormone production and immune function. So it can only help you. It can only help you to get more light code as you are working with your body. Let's say you're just starting to get worked out, right? A lot of bodybuilders, they know to supplement with other forms of amino acids that we have here. But all of our food naturally has this. You are the best supplement. And check this out. Check it out, okay? We call them non-essential and conditional because we can actually synthesize amino acids in our body. You are an amino acid synthesizer. This is why I always say you are your best supplement. You are your best amino acid supplement, because how are you creating life in your body? What happens when you go through a fast? When I stop putting nutrients into my body, the central metabolism, we have a central metabolism, okay? This is the spirit that flows through life. When you stop eating, when you're going through a fast, how is it that your body is still making energy? There's processes being happened that are happening on the cellular level that we are so unaware of. We can create and synthesize these given that we have plenty, a cellular abundance coming from our food sources of what we need. So I made a video of this too. It's quite interesting. You start learning about this. You can learn about it. There's a channel called Dirty Biochemistry that I really enjoy. There's so many like MCAT preparations, right? These people going to medical school. You can learn all this biochemistry free on YouTube University. That's where I learned it, okay? Same thing with tryptophan, but phenylalanine will actually break down into tyrosine, a conditional amino acid, and then it will break down into dopamine. So just imagine having so much abundance, your cells can say, oh, we have so much energy today, we're working on skin improvements. Today, we are feeling a bit frisky. Our libidos are really high, okay? Today, I have so much energy. I'm just gonna do everything, you know, go clean, go like crazy, take care of yourself, you know, enjoy life with your friends, laugh, like whatever you wanna do. You have all the energy in the world. You can do what you want. You can make the proteins you wanna build. You can go strength train and build muscle, build amino acids on the body, right? So we wanna have all of these because this is gonna put the cell into a place of safety. And I came to studying the amino acids because I was taking an SSRI, a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, which most people are taking at this time, which disturbs gut microbiota, by the way. Well, we know this very, very well. And depression and anxiety, a lot of this is to do with inflammation. A lot of this inflammation occurred because we were depleting too fast, and also because we don't have enough amino acids and safety within the cell at the cellular level. So tryptophan, serotonin actually comes from tryptophan. Super cool. It can break down into different pathways. This is why I think it's so important. I always am trying to say this. It's not just the fuel that you put in your car. The fuel is so important. It's important to put the proper gas in your car, right? I can't put Gatorade in my car and expect it to run. It's not gonna run. I have to put the proper fuel, but if there's a hole in my gas can, or my oil's bad, or my tire is flat, I'm not gonna go anywhere. And this is the aging process in the body. So like if you've been off your hormones, if you're on the struggle bus like I was years ago, this is why I put myself in 911 nutrition. I knew I was struggling with insulin resistance, okay? From a bodily level I had lost a lot of muscle and gained more weight, right? And then I just didn't feel well. So I knew I was struggling with some of that, like mentally in my brain and whatnot too. By the way, the brain takes 20 to 30% of the total body's energy. So your muscle is so important. It is so important to eat the full profile of amino acids, which is only going to be in animal-based proteins. Make sure that you are getting your essentials. So anyway, I was looking into tryptophan. I found tryptophan breaks down into serotonin and then into melatonin. That's how I got into the circadian rhythm science, and that is why it is so important if you're trying to get your hormones and your circadian rhythm on track, if you're trying to empower your mitochondria, right? A lot of people fear, like, you know, we have a lot of fear around things like cancer, right? And we could fear disease all the time, you know? But what is fear? Like, fear is an overextension of cortisol. We don't want to fear. Why should you fear? Really, your body is so strong. It's always taking care of you. How old are you? I don't know how old you are. You're watching this. Your body has protected you this entire time. Since you've been young, you've had cancer cells floating around, viruses, bacteria, parasites. We don't even know the half of what's going on at the cellular level. Have you ever gotten sick and your body you've been down and out for 5 days? Your body was going through it. Did you have fever? Fighting, and they just need to be paid. They have unconditional love for you. They only need you to just notice them and pay attention to them and consider them. Consideration, highest form of love. So just consider them and your body will continue to take care of you. There's no reason to be afraid. Don't feed into the realm of cortisol. We want to be empowered, and you know, a lot of that too is eating our essential fatty acids. We need cholesterol production in our body. We need vitamin D. We need to get out in the sun. We need rest. But posture muscles, we're talking about cortisol and testosterone. Putting on your posture muscles is so important. There's no better way to automate your autonomic nervous system than to put on your posture muscles. Muscle is our largest endocrine organ. Like we said, it's a storage form of amino acids on your body. So if you go through a time of illness or stress, your immune system has a safe in the back. And it's ready to tap into that safe and use whatever has been stored up for you in a time of crisis. That's what muscle is. It's your barrier and your protection. And we lose it as we age. Isn't that incredible? We lose the balance of our nervous system as we age. We lose the process and the function of our autonomic nervous system, right? Our respiratory rate goes up faster, right? We don't sleep as well at night. We don't get into that delta wave. We don't have as much melatonin secretion. And that leaves us more insulin resistant the next day. And this cycle just feeds itself. We always want to try and get more insulin sensitive. We always want to try and get to that peaceful side of the nervous system, right? And we want to practice being stressed. So when I go out in the blue light in the morning, I'm stimulating my cortisol. I'm stimulating my dopamine, my body. I'm saying, Rachel, wake up. And I always say this, depression doesn't like sunlight. Why? Because a marker of depression is inflammation, and it's usually dysfunction with mitochondria. It's dysfunction with energy production in the body. So depression doesn't like sunlight. Go see the sunlight for at least, if only 2 minutes. You know, you don't have to be crazy in the afternoon after you have your dinner if you're able to. You know, it just takes a moment of consideration. What you're doing is you're thinking about your body. You're like, what does my mitochondria need? If I don't want to be afraid, am I starting to gain weight? Or am I getting afraid of like being diseased or ill? Or like, what am I afraid of? Let me lean into the strength of my body. Your body is waiting for you. And really, we just need those basic materials, if nothing else. So I hope that that's helpful for you. You know, I had this one little note on here. Keep showing up. That's all you can do, right? Next to a little sun, because all of this is light code for your light bodies. Our bodies are little suns, right? The sun produces infrared light, especially in the morning, especially at night, which communicates with our mitochondria. Our mitochondria catch this light. And by the way, if you have a diet filled with these organic materials that the body's actually made of, you can tan better. The body can actually catch sunlight. Instead of, when you have all those seed oils, those polyunsaturated fats, of all those chemicals, the body doesn't know, it doesn't understand. You have disturbed its ability to recognize the sun and know what to do with it, right? You're increased risk for burning, increased risk of genetic mutations, because the body needs its protection. This is how we protect the body. We protect the body through getting the proper tools in, the code in, to build the cell. Right? And I always talk about, like, there's this fat layer, there's a lipid bilayer. So this fat is so important to get those unhealthy fats out the diet and to incorporate good fats. And look up Dr. Mary Newport's work. Oh my gosh, I am literally the last person who's bringing this information to you. But it excites me so much because I feel like it's helped me so much. Like, my mental clarity is better than when it was when I was on the struggle bus. My memory is better. My eyesight is better. My body has definitely changed in ways that I wouldn't have imagined, as far as just toning up and losing weight and inflammation. I had so much inflammation, like especially in my face. And, you know, it's so important. And I would always recommend, like, trying to get a 24-hour fast in a week. I think that it's so healthy to make sure that we're turning all of the on pathways off at least like once a week. So just taking a day to just shut it all down. Let your insulin levels come back down. Let your glucose naturally regulate itself. Let your body go through the process of autophagy. Let your immune system do some work. But when you break your fast, make sure that you're breaking with the most densest sources of amino acids, those animal-based proteins. Oh my gosh, before we go, there is a 21st amino acid that we found in the 1990s called selenocysteine, but it does not work normally how our other essential fatty acids work, and it involves selenium. So selenium is also found in higher amounts of animal-based proteins. I'm telling you, all the minerals, all the essential fatty acids, minerals, vitamins, everything, higher amounts in animal protein. So I don't, it's just, for every $1 that you could spend, if you could get more supplementation, why wouldn't you? You know, like, we know organ meats are incredibly high in vitamins and essential nutrients. So I'm just going to say, like, everybody's always complaining about money. So, like, don't let yourself complain. Just invest your money properly. Invest into what you can invest in. I personally bought a 5-pound bag of salt that I've been using for the past 2 years. So invest your money, just think about it and then go for it, you know? So that selenocysteine, selenium is used in the body. It is a precursor for the largest antioxidant, glutathione. So a lot of people know about glutathione now, but oxidation is the process of aging. So we oxidize as we age, just like if you look at a turkey and you're saying, what do I want, brown fat or brown meat, dark meat or white meat? The dark meat is going to be more oxidized. There is more energy density in that area. There's more mitochondria in that area. The mitochondria, if you're not friends, you're enemies. This is the site where we're doing our oxidation at. So make sure that you're always communicating with your mitochondria, especially through light, but those are light codes as well. So make sure that you also get your essential fats in. Those are always important too, and I'll do a video for that. But when you're eating animal-based proteins, you're also getting the essential fats in the perfect structure, the perfect amount, the perfect structure. Think about this. You eat an egg, it has protein, the white, and the yellow is the fatty yolk with all the vitamins and nutrients in it. So don't overcook your eggs, number one. Don't over-oxidize your eggs. That's what cooking is, oxidation. That's why smokers oxidize their bodies faster. They're literally cooking their insides, right? So kind of all over the place on this. If you want to slow down your oxidation, it's good to put on muscle. The best way to do that is to get your amino acids. And yeah, be a body mechanic. Keep moving. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Hope it wasn't too scattered and all over the place. If you want to support this channel, you can do so by hitting the like button, sharing it with your family, your friends, tell them you love them, and hit the subscribe button as well if you want to donate to me. I'll have my Venmo down below if you want to support my studies. So thank you as always for watching, and good luck.